Hey guys, Janine here with another review for you. I am back with my Something streaming series. I did this last holiday season where I shared with you some fun holiday movies that you can find on various streaming services. So I thought I would bring that back this year. I asked our It's a Wonderful Podcast patrons on our Patreon, which you can join, what genre of holiday film I should cover in this series, and holiday romances won the poll. So I will be talking some fun holiday romance rom-com films that you can find on various streaming services. So today I'm going to be talking about This Is Christmas from 2022. You can find this film on Amazon Prime, or if you have the MGM Plus app, but I mean, I'm not sure how popular that is, but Amazon Prime is where I watched it. And this happens to be a British holiday romance film, so it definitely had a different vibe to your typical Hallmark feeling, Netflix feeling, Lifetime feeling holiday romance.
Aboard and Merry Christmas.
A stranger is just a friend you haven't met before. I like to believe it's true.
I had a religious moment on the train. I thought, why are we not all like friends? I'd like to invite everyone on this train to a Christmas party.
Never engage on the commute.
Maybe a show of hands might be helpful.
I'm serious, trust me.
They're strangers.
Well, I know one of them.
Staring at some woman and nodding a hello when she catches you looking is not knowing someone.
You're really serious about this?
Maybe you can help. Everything's sorted apart from the food, and the drinks, and the music, and the venue.
Fella must have a screw loose.
Good. Thank you very much.
I see these people every day, and I'm always trying to suss out what they're about. Are we not going?
Are you serious? Look at them.
Let's just stay at home watching telly instead with your mum and brother, because we never do that.
The film stars Alfred Enoch. You may know him as Dean from the Harry Potter films, or even from How to Get Away with Murder, and Kaya Scodelario. I hope I'm saying that right. It also boasts some very familiar faces in British film and TV. I recognize Sarah Niles as Ted's therapist in Ted Lasso. Timothy Spall is in this, so we got more Harry Potter coming at you. And generally just a really fun story that speaks to the season, but does it in a really interesting, unique, and kind of realistic feeling way, and really speaks to how most people feel. So the story of this film is about Alfred Enoch's character. He has his own marketing and advertising firm, and he rides the train every day with the same people every day. And he's kind of starting to have this feeling that, you know, there's not a lot of personal connection, especially at holiday time. And, you know, I guess you could chalk it up to, I think, this is perfectly encompassed, you know, by the stereotypes of British culture that they kind of are cold and not very inherently a warm, likable, lovable kind of people. They're very much, you know, keep to themselves, do their own thing, don't get too personal type of seeming people. So having the story be a UK set story, I think was really interesting. So one day Adam is riding the train, the same train he rides every day with the same people, and he notices something. A young kid, Simon, who's on the train, wore the wrong jacket and doesn't have his season pass ticket. So when the ticket puncher comes around to check the tickets, Simon is panicking, flustered, says, "I'm sorry, I don't have my ticket, but you see me on this train every day. You know I have a season pass. You literally punch my ticket on the daily. Just cut me some slack." The ticket puncher will not cut him any slack, is trying to make him buy a new ticket because he doesn't have his pass. And then Adam sees some people kind of step up for him and say, "Oh, you know, we see him on this train every day except Fridays. You know that he has a pass. You know, he just forgot it today. Just cut him some slack." So he sees a couple people on the train actually vouch for Simon and recognize him as someone that they see every day and help him out in this moment. So that gives Adam kind of this idea, and he starts thinking about the quote that, you know, friends are just strangers you haven't met yet. And he runs his own small marketing advertising firm. And so he really gets invested in this idea of making strangers friends and talking to these people on the train and maybe getting them together, and maybe they'd find that they have stuff in common. And it's weird that they go on this quiet commute every day and they really don't bother to talk to each other. They're with these people for a good chunk of their day, every single day, and they know nothing about each other. So he kind of gets fixated on this concept. So one day he just stands up on the train and says, "Everyone, I want to have a train party for our group. We're on this train every day, and so I want to let us have a party so we can get to know each other and talk and, just end the year right and end the year making new friends. So if anyone has any leads on a venue or, drinks or anything and anyone wants to help with the party, let me know." So the one person that decides to help him with the party is this girl, Emma. She likes his idea. She thinks it's a little bit crazy, but she's invested. And she likes the idea that he wants to kind of bring people together. So they ultimately kind of become partners in trying to plan this party. And of course, there is this strong aversion from all of the characters on this train to want to be involved. They think he's nuts for even suggesting this. So it's a bit of an uphill battle for Adam to make this happen. We do see that he's in a relationship where him and his girlfriend kind of, there feels like there's some distance there. They're not really close. She's super busy and always working all the time. She really doesn't support his idea. And then we see on Emma's end, her boyfriend's kind of egotistical and not really thoughtful. She's planning on moving to Chicago to be with him for his job. And he's very much not really considering things when it comes to her. So we see them both kind of in not great relationships, so we know where this is going to go. Generally, how the story is told, I think maybe the UK setting, it doesn't feel incredibly cheesy or hokey. And the premise feels different than what you would normally see. It's very much in the holiday spirit, bringing people together, doing this kind of big, bold thing that people don't expect. Yes, you see plot points like that in movies like this, but how it's done, it feels kind of real because, yeah, like if you were somebody who was commuting all of the time, you think about that, because when Emma and Adam are having this conversation, they realize that they've noticed a lot of things about people on the train without even speaking to them. They notice that this woman loves romance novels, Jane Austen, so she must be like an old romantic. We notice this guy's always doing work and business, so he must be some type of businessman. And so all of these little things they notice about the people on the train, but they've never spoken to them, and they're really curious about them. They fabricate these ideas about these people in their heads, and the idea of really kind of learning if that's true about them is really intriguing to them. And I think that's something that most people can relate to. So the fact that they make this bold choice to want to get to know these people by planning this party, I think is such a fun concept and such a fun story. So what comes out of this ultimately is really great and sentimental. Gradually, these people start talking to each other and getting to know each other. Really befriending each other, and one by one people start opening up and wanting to help with the party, and it becomes like this really great thing for people. And obviously we have our conflict that happens that could derail the whole situation, as these movies have. So it has all of the beats, but I think the story is really heartfelt. It's a really smart way to go about the idea of bringing people together for the holiday season. These characters feel like real people. You know, you have a great seasoned actor in Timothy Spall, so the role he plays, he befriends that young man Simon, so he's kind of like this lonely old man. So, and Simon's kind of nerdy and introverted. So, you know, different groups on the train kind of befriend each other. So a great little friendship develops between Timothy Spall's character and this young Simon. So you really get into the relationships that develop between characters. We learn kind of stories about these people, which plays into what Emma was saying, like, you know, I fabricated these ideas about these people and I'm really curious to get to know them, which makes us as a viewer curious to know them. So when we get to have these moments with them and learn about them, it's really fun. And moments where we see them help each other and talk to each other, it's really sweet. So I really loved This Is Christmas. I thought it was a great premise. The acting is great. Obviously, we're kind of teasing at a romance between the Adam and Emma characters as they're kind of running this together, but obviously they're in relationships, so that adds a whole element to the story that feels familiar. But gives us a bit of stakes, as you know you would want in a movie like this, and just a really great feel-good movie. And yeah, I don't know if it's just the UK of it all that makes it feel not as hokey, but it's well made, it looks great. Great performances, great characters. You really like everybody. You really want to get to know everybody, and absolutely just love the premise of this film. So please check out This Is Christmas from 2022. You can find it on Amazon Prime. It was a really great movie, so I hope you'll check it out this holiday season. So thank you for checking out this review. Of course, if you want to see my next holiday review, just hit that little bell notification and like, share, subscribe, do all of the things. Please check out the other great videos we have on the It's a Wonderful Podcast YouTube channel. We always have fun stuff going on here. And also check out the It's a Wonderful Podcast feed. We have our great shows over there, so give those a listen as well. Thank you so much for checking us out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.